All right. Hello. Um, I think that it is very important for me to be recording exactly where I am. We've been recording and tracking our progress for like the last couple months, and bro, I'm on the brink. I'm really on the brink. Um, this week. Just to give context, I lost three out of the four trades that I took, and this week I never felt the level of happiness and excitement and gratitude and appreciation, all of the highest frequencies. I've never felt any of these. Even like the way I felt this week didn't compare to um, when I got my first payout, when I got my second payout, when I got my first funded. Like none of the payouts that I've gotten, none of the anything from the past, any of the big milestones that the amateur, the beginner trader um looks to achieve, like none of that compared to this week. Now, sorry. I have a zin in my mouth and I fucking hate swallowing that saliva, so I'll always spit in the bottle. Um Now the question is why. And I find everything clicked. Everything as far as trading clicked. And it's just so crazy to look back because yo, dude, none of you will ever know, and I'm sure everybody who's watching this will understand um that there are trials in this shit. This shit is not easy. This shit is not for everybody. It is a very difficult thing to do because apart from, understanding price, there's a whole aspect of you evolving to your highest self and really transcending past old identities and self actualizing a higher version of you. Um, it's a crazy moment. It's really a crazy moment, and a lot of people would be like, or at least I know that profitable traders would see the progress and they'd be like, oh, he's definitely on the way. Like I understand his excitement. But profitable people, I mean unprofitable people would be like, dude, you lost. What do you mean? Like you lost. You had a losing week. Like what do you mean that you're happy? Y- to trade with confidence, to trade in peace, to trade knowing that what you see is correct is something that I looked for in a long time. And it was even when I was still getting my payouts, like I would still be, nervous. I would still be anxious. I would still operate from a money deficiency standpoint. I would still operate from a place of lack. I would operate from a place of need. And those are the things that inhibit you. Those are the things that stop you and stunt your growth. And now, like, I literally don't give a fuck about money in the sense of, like, you know, whatever the day is, like, if we win or if we lose, whatever. And also, losses is just perspective, right? Because you still learn something when you lost. Like, the algorithm is perfect, the market is perfect. So if you lost, there was something that you did. So if you could find the gem in that, then you win. You win. And that's where I'm at now. Like, today, our stop got ran, and we were literally off 15 minutes. It was just 15 minutes, and I knew exactly, like, why I was wrong after the fact. And I journaled. My journals are way more accurate. I journal as I trade. I journal my emotions. I journal everything. Like I know I am about to pop the fuck off. I know. And that's why I'm recording this. Because I know I'm about to pop the fuck off. It's January 9th. I know that in 3 months I'm going to look at this and I'm going to fucking laugh. I'm going to be like, he fucking knew. He fucking knew. I knew it. So, I could care less right now. I really could care less. Like, my natural focus is keyword natural because when you're still operating from a money deficiency standpoint, when you're still operating from a place of need and lack, you have the wrong focus when you come into the day. I don't wake up to trade. I wake up and trade. It's a part of my day. I come with a way more refined system. I come with a way more detailed plan. You know, I have real, like, I'm operating like a real business now. And not even that I'm operating like a business. I'm pairing that with real knowledge. I'm pairing that with the ability to perform. And mastering, it's so many elements. Like, to get to this point, it's about so many elements. You have to, like, knowledge will only get you so far, but knowledge without application is useless. It's literally meaningless. And before, I would have the knowledge, but I didn't apply it. Now it's both. And then I'm pairing that with understanding. So now, I'm taking all of those things and performing at a high level. Like, bro, even if I'm making $200, like, if my risk only allows me to fucking make, and again, this was with me understanding as well and differentiating, thanks to Romeo, the difference between um, the difference between risk management and risk to reward. There's a difference, and before I would confuse the two for one. And today the risk was like 176, something like that, 175. And usually I wouldn't have such small risk because you need to, in order to, like, pass these accounts and make money from this shit, you need to be able to risk more. But differentiating between risk management and risk to reward is different. So, like, the account is one trade away from getting blown. I don't give a fuck. I'm still just looking to trade. Today I was looking at like $300 in profit. I'm not at a point right now where I give a fuck about the money. I am far past that. I solely care about being able to accurately predict price, because after you are accurately able to predict price, money just comes. And based on what you can risk, then the amount that you can make varies. But money is a byproduct. Money is completely irrelevant in the equation of being successful and a profitable trader. It's completely irrelevant. The only thing that is relevant apart from money is risk. That's it. No profits. I could care less about that shit. Like, genuinely. And a lot of people won't get that. They'd be like, oh no, you're lying. That's not true. That's not true. Yes, it is. After you get to a certain point with this shit, it's very much true. Because and remember how I had previously said, my focus is naturally, keyword, differently. I used to wake up and think about, how much money can I make today? Now I naturally think, okay, what candle am I trading? What time am I trading at? What's my risk to reward looking like? Your focus is different. Where am I placing my stop? What's the most optimal trade entry? What confirmations do I need to see that are validating my idea? And it's these type of natural, keyword, there's a reason why I'm saying natural. There's a reason. And like, having those as your natural responses is the blessing. And the reason why, for those asking, like, why am I emphasizing natural? And that's the entire thing, bro. When you operate from a different identity, when you operate from the right identity, better said, when you operate from the right identity, then everything changes. You stop caring about certain things. You realize that certain things are irrelevant, and that's why I said what I said about P&L. It's irrelevant. People who trade for money will always lose. People who trade based on price and liquidity, those are elite people. Being able to trade based off emotions, not yours, but other people. I'm reaching these elite level realizations. I'm reaching this elite level of performance. And I could care less. Again, I will reiterate it. I could care less about the P&L. Why? Because, okay, I've gotten my payouts. I'm technically profitable at this point because I've made all the money that I put in. I made it back, and I went through a little phase, where ego really started fucking with me. Just because I was making this money and, getting all these withdrawals and payouts, it got to my head. And then I got humbled, very much so. And then I also realized, like, damn, I need to up the way that I perform. Like, I'm still performing with anxiety. I'm still trading with anxiety and anxiousness and impatience. Like, this is not sustainable. I'm not going to be able to, have my $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 months and, you know, eventually days. I'm never going to have that if I'm still trading like this. None of your favorite traders trade with any of that in mind. And if they do, they're probably not profitable and make more money on their course. But yeah, like, it's just out of me. I don't care for it. Um, and it's a moment, It's definitely a moment. So I just wanted to record this to um, mark out a very important day, an important week. Listen, like I said in the beginning of this video, this week I lost 3 of the 4 trading days that I took, right? I lost 3 of the 4, but this was by far my greatest trading week to date. And by the way, I've had trading weeks where I made $5,000 in one week. So to say that, I wouldn't have believed myself if you talked to me, or if I talked to me like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I wouldn't have believed myself. I would have been like, bro, you're bullshitting right now. Like, we're making money. What the fuck are you talking about? You lost, and you're saying that week was greater than this week. You're bugging. But yes, because I know what is paired with this. With the level of efficiency that I can read price, I don't care, bro, if, this account gets blown. I'll buy another one. I already have another one, but I just don't trade it right now because I'm still trying to refine myself. I'm taking a step back. I'm moving slower to arrive faster. Before I was moving faster and moving and like traveling slower. I actually have it on my board. Yeah, I was going, the faster I went, the slower I would move. It was like quicksand. The more that I would try to get out, the more I would just, fuck myself over. So, I'm just proud of myself, man. I'm taking this moment to be grateful. I'm taking this moment to share it. I will post this video 100%. I'm just grateful. I'm definitely grateful. This is matter of fact, I'm probably gonna post this today. I'll probably double post this with the video that I made today. But yeah, I'm gonna look back on this video and I'm just gonna fucking laugh. I know that 30K months is gonna be nothing for me. 40K months is gonna be nothing for me because eventually I will have $40,000 days. I will have $40,000 days very soon. $100,000 days. I don't care how fucking crazy that sounds. Yes, with the level of performance paired with the level of knowledge that I have, now that I am patient, I'm operating from the right standpoint. It's just a recipe for success. So, just want to take this moment. Video's gone on long enough. I don't want you guys to continue seeing me spit in a water bottle. So I'm gonna cut it off right here. Ryan, in 3-4 months. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's all I can say. And um, just live it up. Enjoy yourself because you fucking worked for it. And that's all.